wholesaler, you have to know the formula for buying and selling houses so that you're able to make money. Most wholesalers don't know the exact formulas to make a profit for themselves in their flip fee, and they don't know how to flip the house to the cash buyer, the person with the money who's actually going to bring the funds and fund the deal so that they make money also. So as a wholesaler, here's the formula you need to know in order to buy and sell houses. It's called the wholesale maximum allowable offer. Wholesale maximum allowable offer. That's WMAO for short, wholesale maximum allowable offer. The formula is ARV, which means after repaired value. That's the after repaired value of the house times 70% minus the repairs minus your flip fee. Now I'm teaching you guys how to make a $5,000 flip fee. As you get more advanced, after you understand the theories that we use in real estate, you can change that $5,000 to be 10, 15, 20, whatever you want. But you got to realize your flip fee, okay, affects the cash buyer's profit, okay? So again, I'm teaching you 5,000. So every property that we look at in the app itself, you're going to earn $5,000, okay? That's your fee for finding a house as a wholesaler. That's what a wholesaler does. A wholesaler finds a house. They don't normally have the credit or the money or the time they want to spend into the deal. So what they'll do is they'll find a cash buyer. A cash buyer is someone that has the capital to fund the deal. So you may be asking me, well, why would a cash buyer want to be involved? Number one, a cash buyer really may not have the time to find deals. A cash buyer loves a wholesaler because the wholesaler is going to bring them great deals and the cash buyer will be able to make money. So let's go back to the formula again. If you're buying houses, no matter where you're buying houses in the United States, this formula is pretty standard. So again, the wholesale maximum allowable offer is ARV, which means after repaired value. After the property's been repaired, times 70%, okay, minus the repairs of the property, minus your $5,000 flip fee. Your flip fee is going to be $5,000. And that's going to give you the price that you offer the motivated seller. So again, you're a wholesaler. As a wholesaler, remember this formula. This is your bread and butter. This is how you make your living, okay? Now, me as a cash buyer, I have a separate formula. So again, you're a wholesaler. This is what I'm teaching you in the first level, is how to wholesale houses. I will be the cash buyer. So let me give you what you need to know. Let's take, for example, there's a house. This house could be, let's take this blue house in Nevada, this one right here, for example. Okay? This house has a value, an after repaired value of $150,000. If you got paper, write that down, please, $150,000. We're going to do a lot of math, you guys. Real estate is math. If you love math, you're going to love real estate, especially when you put the dollar sign in front. So again, that particular house in Nevada has an after repaired value of $150,000. Okay? It needs $20,000 in repairs. So write that down also, $150,000 ARV, which means after repaired value, and then $20,000 in repairs. Now here's the story. The owner is going through a nasty divorce. Okay, they don't like each other. He's going north, she's going south, nothing but bad memories, and they're never coming back to this house again. Okay, you happen to find this house. This house may be maybe on the street where you live. Maybe a family member referred this house to you. Maybe you ran a classified ad in your newspaper. Maybe it was in the foreclosure report, which is all public information. You found out about it because it's on your street. Maybe you went and knocked on the door. Okay, maybe you ran a television commercial. Somehow or another, this person found out, okay, that you're a wholesaler, a real estate investor, and they called you. Hey, it might have been your We Buy Houses sign that you put on the telephone pole that they seen, okay? So they call you and say, look, I have a house. It's worth $150,000. It needs $20,000 in repairs. The problem is, and the story is, they're going through a nasty divorce. They're never coming back again. Matter of fact, you as a wholesaler, if you don't do a deal with them, they're gone. They're ready to give you the keys, done, over. Okay? Now, the owners are asking $89,000 for their house. So again, let me go through the numbers. The ARV is $150,000. The repairs is $20,000. Okay? And the owner's going through a divorce. They're asking $89,000 for the house. Okay? So you as a wholesaler, if you're even sitting in their house talking to them, or you're on the phone with them, you have to be able to make an offer to them that makes you your $5,000 flip fee. And then me as a cash buyer, when you flip the house to me, I have to be able to make money also. So I hope you got that. So now what we need to do is do the math that I taught you. You're going to use that wholesale maximum allowable formula that I taught you, and you're going to do the numbers in your calculator, and then you're going to make that owner an offer, okay? So with your calculator, I want you to repeat the formula back to me. It's ARV, repeat after me, ARV times 70% minus the repairs, minus your $5,000 fee. And when you put those numbers in your calculator, that's going to be the offer that you give to the owner. Even though the owner is asking $89,000 for their house, what comes from that calculator is what you offer. So again, the ARV is 150. So you take your 150, put it in your calculator. I could probably do it on mine, but I don't want to do it yet, okay? You can put 150 in your calculator. You're going to multiply that by 70%. That's going to give you $105,000. Next thing you're going to do is what? That's right, you got to minus the repairs, okay? The repairs are $20,000. So you subtract $20,000 from the 105. That's going to give you $85,000. Next thing you're going to do is subtract your fee. How much is your fee again? Don't ever forget your fee. It's $5,000. So you subtract the 5. That leaves you with an offer of what? What do you have on your paper? It's $80,000. From using that formula has been used, probably for the last 25, 30 years that I know of to help me when I go out and make offers on houses so that I make money. So again, as a wholesaler, your formula is simply ARV times 70% minus the repairs minus your $5,000 flip fee. Now, from doing those calculations, we come up with what? $80,000. So again, just going over the property again, this owner was asking $89,000. Their house is worth $150,000. It needs $20,000 in repairs. They're going through a divorce. They don't want the house no more. You have to make an offer to them that makes you your $5,000 fee, and we decided that was $80,000. Okay? Let's say the owner accepts, because again, they don't care. They're gone. So that's how you make offers to owners as a wholesaler. Now, this house could have been $1.5 million. It could have been $15 million. Okay? It could have been $150 million. You as a wholesaler must use this formula that I talked to you about earlier, again, which is ARV times 70% minus the repairs minus your fee of $5,000. That's what you would offer the owner. So we're at $80,000 now. It's what we offer the owner. Okay? Let's say the owner accepts. So the owner accepts your offer of $80,000, even though they were asking $89,000. Now I know some of you may be feeling not that great. Reason why is because the owner was asking $89,000. They're going through a divorce. And if you feel, you may feel that if you offered $80,000, you might feel bad about that. And you know, I agree with you to a certain extent. But as a wholesaler, you have to be able to offer that $80,000 because one, it's business. And if you're going to make your $5,000 fee, on top of that, when you bring that deal to me as a cash buyer, I have to be able to make money from it also. So that offer of $80,000, what it does, it allows you to make your $5,000, okay, for your fee that you need to make for finding the deal. But then when you bring the deal to me to flip it to me, as a cash buyer, I can make money also. Now, I know you guys all have great hearts. I know you do. You would love to give them the $89,000. But if you gave them $89,000, you probably wouldn't be able to make your $5,000 flip fee. And if you did keep that $5,000 flip fee, when you brought the house to me to buy, I wouldn't make the money that I need to make out of this deal. Okay, so everything is perfect. What I just taught you is what I've been using over the last 38 years. And most of the professional real estate investors that are making a lot of money, no matter what city, what state, they use this formula. Now, most amateur rookie wholesalers, when it comes to making offers, they just guess. I've taught a lot of students how to do real estate, and I ask them all the time, but what would you offer this owner on this house if they had 150,000 ARV and 20 in repairs, I get all kinds of numbers. Okay? Some people said I would even give them the $89,000 because they think because it's worth 150 and they get it for 89 that they got a great deal. They're buying it at a discount. It is at a discount, but not enough for the wholesaler to get their $5,000 fee, and for me, if I'm the cash buyer, for me to be able to make the amount of money I want to make. Okay? So, again, I wanted to go through this because this is very important. If you're going to wholesale houses, you must follow this pattern, this format, this formula, because that's how it works in real estate. So now, we made the offer of $80,000 on this house. And again, I know where some of you live, there is no house for $150,000. I'm using it as an example because the numbers are small and they're simple. So on that $150,000 house, $20,000, okay, I'm sorry, $80,000 is what we offer the owner. They accept it. Now let's see how this pans out and it makes money. Now again, make sure you write that formula down because what I'm going to do is once I explain this, we're going to actually go in here and I'm going to practice making offer, buying and selling houses. And this software, when you use it, it will tell you if your offers are correct. It will tell you, again, if you use the right numbers in the formula, the WMAO formula, okay? So, an offer of $80,000. Here's the pitch. Here's the sales pitch you as a wholesaler would give me, the cash buyer, in order to flip the house to me. So let's go through again now. We have a homeowner. Okay, the homeowner was asking 89. Okay, and what did you offer? You offered 80. They accepted $80,000. The next thing you did that perfect. You did it just the way you were taught. You made the offer based off on the wholesale maximum allowable offer, okay? Now your next thing is what? The cash buyer, right? The cash buyer is the person that has what? They've got the money to do the deal. As a wholesaler, again, you don't maybe have the credit, and you possibly do not have the money to do the deal. A cash buyer is someone that has money, they've been in business, they've been doing the real estate, they love making money, and this is what they're going to do next. So now you got to pitch the cash buyer the deal. Here's the pitch. Let's pretend I'm the wholesaler, and I'm on the phone. I found out there's a cash buyer in my neighborhood. Hello, Mr. Terry. My name is John. I have a property. The after repair value on this property that I want to talk to you about, the after repair value is $150,000. The repairs are $20,000 on this property, okay? The owner's going through a nasty divorce. Man, they don't like each other. Man, the tension was really high when I was even in there. I mean, she's going one way, he's going the exact opposite. So they don't want the house. That's why I'm able to get this property at a great deal. They're done. You know, they were asking $89,000 for the property. I offered $80,000. And so, Mr. Terry, what I want to do is I want to flip this house to you because I know you're a cash buyer. I want $5,000 out of the deal. Okay? That's the pitch you got to give to the cash buyer. So I'm going to do it one more time. Mr. Cash Buyer, hey, my name is John. I'm a wholesaler. Happen to find a property. This property happens to be on 115 Street in Nevada. And the ARV, the after repair value on this property is $150,000. It needs $20,000 in repairs. Owners are going through a nasty divorce. They don't want the property anymore. They're splitting up, divorcing, going on separate ways, and they're asking $89,000 for the property. I end up buying it for $80,000. I put it under contract for $80,000. And so what I'd like to do is flip it to you for $5,000. Okay, that's my fee, $5,000. So, does that sound interesting to you? So at that point, the cash buyer is probably going to pull out their calculator. They're going to get their scratch pad. They're going to put the numbers down on a piece of paper. But here's the most important thing, you guys. You got to understand this. As a wholesaler, the cash buyer now has questions, okay? Number one question that the cash buyer is going to ask you is, well, okay, if I bought that property and if I gave you that $5,000 fee, how much profit will I make on this deal? Okay, that's what they want to know because everybody's in this in real estate to make money. You know that you're trying to make a $5,000 fee, so it's only right for the cash buyer to want to know how much money they're going to make. So they're going to ask you, wholesaler, how much is my profit if I do this deal? That's one thing you guys should write on your piece of paper right now. Write that down. You got to be able to answer that question on any deal. No matter what deal you do anywhere, you must know what the cash buyer's profit is. Number two question you got to be able to answer is, well, how much total investment will the cash buyer need to take out of their pocket? How much money total will the cash buyer be able to have to take out of their pocket in order to do this deal? That's question number two. Number three, cash buyer may ask you, well, what is the return on the investment? What is the return on their investment if they did that property? Okay, they bought that property from you and gave you your $5,000 fee. Number four question is, what is the profit margin percentage? What is their profit margin percentage? And I'll help you guys with all these questions, okay? Number five, the fifth thing you got to be able to answer is, how long would it take to do the deal? Okay, so if the cash buyer bought this property, gave you your $5,000 fee, did all the repairs, put it back on the market, got it sold, give them an estimate of how long you think that would take. Now, you're a great wholesaler if you can make your $5,000 fee, if you can make the right offer of $80,000 like I taught you before, and then you can pitch that deal to the person with money and then be able to tell them what their profit is, what their total investment is, what their return on their investment is, what their profit margin percentage is, and then how long it's going to take to do the deal. That's what makes you a great wholesaler. And if you do these things, and if you're a hustler and you get out there and work, you can make some good money as a wholesaler. Most wholesalers that I've talked to don't know this process. So what I'm doing, you guys, I'm teaching you a system. It's similar to McDonald's, okay? When you go to McDonald's and you order a fish sandwich, McDonald's knows that the bun costs $1. The fish costs 45 cents. The sauce is 35 cents. For every fish sandwich McDonald's sells, they know that it's going to cost them, let's say $1.80, and we're going to probably put 20 cents in for labor. So let's say that fish sandwich for every McDonald's is $2. Okay? And if they sell it for $3, McDonald's knows that they're going to make $1 off every fish sandwich. Real estate, houses is the same way. And this is how you run your franchise, your system, so that you can duplicate this over and over and over and over and over again. The process never changes. Okay, again, as a wholesaler, you want to go in, you want to make your offers based on the wholesale maximum allowable offer formula. That's number one. Number two, your flip fee should always be $5,000. And as you get better, like I say, you can change that. Then number three, you have to be able to tell that cash buyer those 5 questions, those 5 things they need to know. Again, which is how much is their profit? What is their total investment? What is their return on investment? What's the profit margin percentage? And the last thing is how long it's going to take to do the deal. Okay? So now, let's work through that last part. Again, as a wholesaler, you know what your fee is. You know what your offer should be, which is wholesale mail. Now, let's go through and answer those questions. Okay? All right, so here we go. The first question is profit. In order to understand profit on the property, this property right here, okay, you have to know what is the total investment. How much money does that cash buyer have to take out of their pocket in order to do that complete deal? So let's go through that first, total investment. First of all, the offer that you made, okay, put that on a piece of paper. We're going to go through total investment. Please write that down. Total investment, your offer was how much? That's right, $80,000, okay? So, just like when we go to the store, we're buying groceries, might have a can of beans, 75 cents, you might have corn, 35 cents. I want you to keep a line item per line item of these costs so that you can estimate what the total investment is going to be. So we're going to put $80,000 offer on your paper, okay? How much is your fee? $5,000. So right up under the $80,000 offer, you're going to put $5,000 and you're going to put a finder's fee, assignment fee, flip fee, whatever you want to call it. Again, we're talking about wholesaling, okay? As a wholesaler, your fee is $5,000, okay? Next, we had repairs. Now, how much was the repairs on this property? You guys remember how much the repairs are? The repairs were $20,000. So on that line item per line item list, you're going to put $20,000. So far on that list, you should have $80,000 for your offer. You should have $5,000 for your finder's fee. You should have $20,000, okay, for the repairs of the property. See, that cash buyer's got to take that money, repair that property. So again, we're going to give them a list of the things they need in order to have the total investment on the property. So next and last thing is closing costs. You have closing costs. Closing costs are real estate agents' commissions. You got title fees, escrow fees, all these fees. And what we're doing, we're estimating those fees, those costs, to be 10% of the after repaired value. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you guys. Remember I told you earlier, you got to be great with math in order to be good at real estate and make a lot of money. So 10% of 150,000 is, get your calculator if you don't have it. Right, it's $15,000, okay? 6% usually goes to a realtor. We're not gonna go that deep into the math, but the way it works is 6% goes to a realtor. Remember I said 10% of the ARV is your closing costs. 4%, again, are the escrow fees, title fees. That's a high number. 10% is high. You might get closer to 8.5, 9, depending on what you negotiate with the real estate agent, okay? But let's go 10, so we're covered. 10% of your ARV goes to realtor's commission closing costs. All right, so now we should have four items, I think, on your list. Let's go through it. You have the offer of what? That's right, $80,000. How much is your flip fee? Your flip fee is going to be, your flip fee is going to be $5,000. You have the repairs. The repairs are what? $20,000. Those three right there total $105,000 right now. Your 80 for the offer, the 5 for your fee, and the 20 for the repairs. That's $105,000. The last thing we got to put on there is the closing costs. How much again is the closing cost? It was 10% of the ARV. It's $15,000. So those four items total $120,000. So again, you're the wholesaler. So you have to tell the cash buyer that they're going to need $120,000 in order to do the deal, okay? That's how much money they got to take out of their pocket to be able to buy this property, okay? You're going to flip it to them. You're going to assign it to them. You're going to get a $5,000 fee. They got to go in, they have to repair the property, and then when they sell it, they got to pay the closing costs, $120,000 out of their pocket. That's the total investment, okay? That was the third thing on the list, but it's the first thing I'm covering. So total investment is going to be $120,000. So if we sold the house for $150,000, because that's what it's worth, the other houses, let's say we're all in one city here, and here's the same house on the same block, and there's a house, maybe a couple blocks over, same house, same square footage, same bedroom, same baths. This house sold for $150, that house sold for $150. This house right here that we're working on is going to sell for $150 also, unless the person is in a bidding war, or if this person right here likes the amenities that we fixed up. But that's why it's called a comp. That sold for $150, that sold for $150, guess what? We're gonna sell that for $150. So we have $120,000. If the cash buyer has $120,000 into the property, okay, and you sell it for $150, what is the cash buyer's profit? Do the math. Grab your calculator. Some of you are really sharp and fast. You could do it in your brain. Some of you need to put it on paper. Okay, some of you need to do a calculator. You got to figure out how to do this on your own. So when you become a wholesaler, make sure you have a calculator, paper, and when you are going to a homeowner's house, that you're prepared with this information that I'm giving you right now. So the profit again is how much? $30,000. That's absolutely correct. $30,000 is profit for the cash buyer. So again, as a wholesaler, you're going to flip it for $5,000. You're going to offer the owner $80,000. The cash buyer says, well, wholesaler, how much profit will I make? And you can tell them what? $30,000. Absolutely correct. They're going to ask you, well, how much is the total investment? And how much is that, you guys? It's 120,000. Absolutely, that's correct. See, this is why you got to understand math. This is why you have to have a system for making money buying and selling houses. And again, I just want to say this one more time. Most wholesalers, they're not professionals. Okay? They go to seminars, they learn how to do this, but they don't understand the numbers. They don't understand and learn how to make money for themselves, for the cash buyer. Okay? So, let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about ROI, which is my favorite. I believe ROI is more important than making the money. I know you guys are looking at me like, what? You can't spend ROI at the grocery store. Let me just give you guys an idea what I'm talking about. If I were to tell you as a wholesaler, you could make $5,000 on a deal, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, $250,000. Would you guys like that? Most of you would say yes, right? Because it's more money than you have right now, and it's money you could use. So you're excited about the money. Here's why I feel ROI is more important. Okay? What if I was to say that you could make $20,000 on this deal? Most of you would say what? You'd like that, right? But what if I was to say you could make $20,000, but you'll need $1 million to do the deal. That's your investment. And it's going to take you a year. It's going to take you a year to make that $20,000. You're going to need $1 million, and it's going to take you a year to make $20,000. I would never do that deal. Okay? It takes too long to make the $20,000. Now, how's this tied to ROI? Let me help you. I just said that if you had $20,000 and you could make $20,000, it would need $1 million of investment, and it would take you a year, and that equates to a 5% ROI. 5% ROI, think about it. What are you getting in your bank account? For leaving your money in the bank, what is the bank paying you as a return on your investment? 2, 3, 4, 5%? Is that exciting? You guys get excited by the return that the bank is giving you for your money. Okay? I'm going to show you why real estate, when you understand ROI, it's a lot better gauge if a deal is good or not. Okay, so let's talk about ROI. How do you determine and how do you calculate ROI? It's pretty simple. ROI means return on investment. Return on investment. Say that for me, please. Return on investment. So think about it. The first word is what? Return. Return. So what does the cash buyer get for doing this deal? I told you guys, everybody's in this to make money. That's a hint. How much money? That's the return. The money the cash buyer makes is the return. Okay, so how much money does the cash buyer make on this deal? Look at your notes. I know I've done a lot of numbers, but I love numbers. I love numbers, you guys. It's $30,000. The cash buyer will make $30,000 for doing this deal. And we're doing this all on paper right now before we get into the deal, because you need to do this first. You need to be able to see it on paper. You need to be able to see it in your head before you do the deal. You don't want to do this deal, throw out a bunch of numbers and hope and pray that at the end you make money. That's for rookies. That's for amateurs. You're going out of business if you do it this way. You got to run your business just like McDonald's. McDonald's knows their profit. They know their return on investment. At the end of the day, they click a button, they sit their spreadsheet. Well, we made $300,000 a day selling McBurgers and fries and shakes and McNuggets. They have a spreadsheet. You should be able to do the same thing with your real estate business. So again, we're talking about return on investment. How much does a cash buyer make? $30,000. Now, return is $30,000. Investment. Return on investment. So what did that cash buyer invest? How much did the cash buyer invest into the deal? Check your notes. $120,000. That's absolutely correct. The cash buyer invested $120,000. So let's look at it again, okay? Look at it this way. $30,000 is the profit. $120,000 is the investment. So I want you to take your calculator. What number do you put in first? The return, which is what? $30,000. Absolutely. Then you're going to divide it by the investment, which is what? 120. So 30,000 in your calculator divided by $120,000. And what you're going to do, you're going to move the decimal places 2 places to the right. That will give you your return on investment that the cash buyer will earn. So what's the number? Anybody got the number? I'll give it to you if you don't have it. Again, you're going to take $30,000, you're going to divide it into 120. That's return on investment. It's 25%. That cash buyer, if they do this deal, okay, if they buy it, if they fix it up, they sell it, they're going to make a 25% return on their investment, okay? 25% return on their investment. So again, we got 3 things figured out for the cash buyer right now. Remember I said the cash buyer's got 5 questions. How much is my profit? What is the return on my investment? What is the total investment? What is the profit margin percentage? And how long will it take to do the deal? We got to be able to answer those 5 questions. That makes you a great wholesaler, okay? If I'm a cash buyer and I can talk to a wholesaler that can give me all the information on the phone or in front of me before I go out and look at the deal so I don't waste time, I can determine if it's a good deal. I like that person as a wholesaler. Matter of fact, I like this wholesaler so much that I'm going to say, look, Mr. and Miss Wholesaler, next time you get a house, don't call nobody else but me. I'm willing to give you an extra $1,000 if you give me first shot at all of your houses. Because number one, as a cash buyer, I understand you as a wholesaler, you understand how to make money. You're not wasting my time with offers that don't make me money. You learn the right way to do the business. So a cash buyer that's serious and likes to make money, they love you as a wholesaler because you're bringing them great deals. Okay? So it's best you guys learn what I'm telling you because it works. I've got students all over the United States that are making money in real estate because they're using this system that I'm teaching. Okay? So let's keep it going. The next thing we're going to do is profit margin percentage. Profit margin percentage is real simple. You're going to take the profit, okay, which is $30,000, and then you're going to take the after repaired value. So the profit percentage margin. You take the 30,000 profit and the 150, okay, which is the ARV. Those are the 2 numbers you use to calculate profit margin percentage, okay? Most businesses that operate, they want to make a certain percentage return when they invest, okay? You talk to any business owner that's been around for a while, they know that their bottom line is a certain percentage of their sales. Okay, let's say you're selling a restaurant, okay? You own a restaurant, you own a barber shop, you own a tire company, okay? Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all my sales that I make, I want 25% to go to my bottom line. I want that to go into my bank account. That's my pure profit. Guess what? Houses are the same way. Real estate is the same way. As a cash buyer, a really good cash buyer knows that when they make an investment, they're going to multiply it by a certain percentage. That's their clear profit. So let's teach you how to calculate that. What you're going to do is take the 150 for the ARV, the after repaired value, okay? You're going to divide it by, you're going to take that 150,000 and you're going to divide it by the $30,000, which was the profit, okay? 150,000 divided by 30,000, and that's going to give you a 20% profit margin return for the cash buyer. 20% profit margin percentage. 20% is going into the cash buyer's pocket. That's their profit percentage, okay? So that's 4 things out of 5 now. We have return on investment, we have profit, we have total investment, we have profit margin percentage. The last thing on that list for you guys is what? How long it's going to take to do the deal. So this deal right here, I'm going to tell you, you don't know that, okay? I'm going to tell you. It's going to take anywhere from 60 to 90 days to do the deal. Depending on the cash buyer's crew, how busy they are, okay? But 60 to 90 days just for this deal. Now, every deal is different. Now, where did I get 60, 90 days? Because I'm creating this scenario as a teaching tool for you guys. You're going to have to learn for yourself, be able to look at houses, look at construction, get contractors to come in to give you a better idea for your own particular deal. Okay, so now we have all 5 things. Now, let me go back through the pitch one more time. I'm a wholesaler. I found this house. The owners, it has an after repair value of $150,000. It needs $20,000 in repairs. The owners are asking $89,000 for the property. Okay, they're going through a nasty divorce. They don't want it. Okay, as a wholesaler, it's my job to make money, get them out of their situation, make myself a little money as a wholesaler, make my cash buyer some money also. That's how this is a win-win-win for everybody. Because if nobody does nothing on this house, guess what? It goes vacant, goes into foreclosure. So we're going to try to stop that from happening to kind of salvage whatever credit's remaining in the house. So again, owner's going through a divorce. They're asking $89,000. What did you offer for the house? But I've taught you, you offered what? $80,000. Absolutely. What's your flip fee? $5,000. Now, you got the offer in, it was accepted, you got your fee. Now what we have to do is be able to flip it to this cash buyer so they can buy the deal, give you your fee, make a lot of money. So we call the cash buyer. Hey, cash buyer, my name is Terry. I'm a wholesaler. I have a property. The after repair value on it's $150,000. The repairs are $20,000. Owner's going through a divorce. They're asking $89,000. I offered $80,000 on the property. They accept it. So what I want to do is I want to flip it to you. I want to earn $5,000 for bringing this deal to you. All right, sounds good. Now I'm going to switch my cash buyer hat on. Okay, I got my cash buyer hat on. Thanks for giving me the information, Mr. and Miss Wholesaler, but there's some things I need to know in order to find out if this deal's good. How much is my profit on the deal? You're going to tell them $30,000. What's my total investment? $120,000. What's the return on investment? 25%. What's my profit margin percentage? 20%. How long will it take me to do the deal? 60 to 90 days. Bam. That's your presentation. That's how wholesaling is done. Let me do it one more time. Hey, hello there, Mr. Cash Buyer. My name is Terry Bontis. I'm a wholesaler. I found a deal I think you might be interested and make a lot of money on. This deal has $30,000 of profit in it for you. First of all, the ARV on the property is $150,000. It needs $20,000 in repairs. The owners were asking $89,000. They're going through a nasty divorce. That's why I'm able to get this property at this price. Okay? What I'm trying to do is I put an offering of $80,000. They accepted. I'm trying to flip it to you for $5,000. That's how much I want for this deal. Now, let me say this. Your profit's going to be $30,000 on this deal. You're going to need $120,000 to invest into the property. Your return on investment is going to be 25%. Your profit margin is going to be 20%, and you can have this deal done in 60 to 90 days. Does that sound like a deal you want to do? Great. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is I gave you guys the wholesale maximum allowable offer formula for you as a wholesaler and what you use, okay? Now we're going to take it in practice, put it in practical application. Because see, what you want to do is this software allows you to practice what I've taught you and make your mistakes here versus going out into the real world and making mistakes. So what I normally do with my students is this. I'll role play with them. I'll ask them questions. We've learned the theory. I'll ask again, how much is your fee? How much is the cash buyer's profit? How much is the ROI? And from you practicing that pitch and me doing role playing with you, it should start to sink deeper. Real estate learning sinks deeper. And see, this is what the books can't do. This is what the seminars can't do. This right here is interactive, and it's going to tell you and show you, okay, when you do it wrong or when you make a mistake, okay, so that you learn from the mistake in the game instead of in the real world. Now, what I didn't teach you guys earlier was for the cash buyer. The cash buyer has a formula that they use to buy houses also. Okay? Now, do not confuse these, because if you confuse them, you're not going to do well. Okay? You will probably risk losing the deal when you confuse it. Again, wholesaler, you have a way of buying houses. As a cash buyer, there's a formula that cash buyer must use, and I'm going to give that to you. Okay? It's real simple. It's the ARV times 70% minus repairs. That equals MAO. That means maximum allowable offer. That means that's the max amount of money that the cash buyer will spend to buy your deal. Okay? That's the max. They already know. They got a formula. That formula again is ARV, after repair value, times 70% minus the repairs. Right? So, in this house that you found, let's do the math for the cash buyer. It's simply $150,000 times 70%. Again, that's 105. Okay? If you're doing your calculator, it's 105. You subtract the repairs, which is 20. So that leaves 85,000. That's the maximum amount of money that that cash buyer is going to spend for that house that you found as a wholesaler. $85,000. Max. Now, check this out, you guys. Remember when I taught you as a wholesaler what your formula is, which is ARV times 70% minus repairs minus 5,000? Your offer to the owner was how much? 80. And then your flip fee was how much? You guys will love it. 5,000. So you got it offer for 80, 5,000, okay, for your flip fee equals how much total? 80,000 and 5,000 is how much? 85,000. What's the maximum the cash buyer will spend for the house? 85,000. Oh my gosh, guess what? It's perfect. The offer, the formulas I'm teaching you are perfect. You're a perfect match for each other, for you guys to make some money on your deal. All right, so you have to remember both formulas. See, as a wholesaler, you need to know what amount of money I'm going to spend on my houses. And if you know that, that's only going to help you be a better wholesaler, make you more money, do more deals with a cash buyer. All right, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to go into the app, the software. What I want you to do is take your first finger, and I want you to pan around. This app is my 38 years that I've been investing in real estate. This is my story. This app is everything I've done as a real estate investor. I've documented it, okay? I've bought real estate in 6 different states. I bought real estate in California, Arizona, and Nevada. Those states are in here in the app, okay? I bought it in New York, Illinois, and Florida. It's in here, okay? So just take your first finger and just kind of pan around. There's 11 blue houses, okay? It's kind of pan around, and you'll see 11 blue houses. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I want you now to go in, and I want you to flip houses, be a wholesaler, make offers on all 11 blue houses. So let's start right here in Nevada. I want you to click the blue house, and I want you to wait a second. See the blink in there? That means you're coming around in your I Buy Houses car. You come to the house, and when you get to the house, you knock on the door, maybe talk to the homeowner, maybe you do your own research. Again, you find that this property, okay, Nevada property is number 2. You find out the after repair value is how much? It's right there, $74,000. How much repairs are needed on this property? $6,800, okay? Again, after repair value is what you need to know and learn. Repairs are $6,800. Now, before we go any further, what I'd like for you to do is just click. Part that says click here first. This is the house. This is what the house looks like, okay? And you'll see up top it says, hey, make $5,000 flipping this house to a cash buyer in the next 30 days. And that's what we're trying to do, okay? So I want you to take your first finger. I want you to put it right in the center and just pan up. There's another picture there. Okay? When I built this software, I wanted it to be so realistic That when you stepped into the real world to do this, you're very comfortable, your confidence is high, you got very high self-esteem. So what you'll see is there's some back payments that need to be made. Maybe this house is in foreclosure and they need $6,000 to pay the bank so that they can stop the foreclosure. Okay? You can see there the cabinets need to be redone. And it's just it's like imagining. It's like a reality show on TV, how they take you step by step by step. I want this software to do something similar. So you see these cabinets needs refinishing. So we're going to estimate $800 for that. So take your first finger, go up again. Okay. And so what we've done, maybe we've sent the $6,000 to the bank, or maybe the homeowners want $6,000 for them to do the deal with you. Right? Interesting. Okay? But there's a check for $6,000. Whether it goes to the bank or to the homeowner. Really, it's not that important right now, okay? I just want to share some things with you about real estate, okay? Again, take your first finger, pan up, and what you'll see is your check, okay? Again, you guys, you're wholesalers, and then how much is your fee for wholesaling the deal? $5,000. So that's what your check's going to look like if you can make an offer on this property, find a cash buyer, tell them all the profits and all the returns they'll make, and they say, yes, I'll do the deal. They get it closed, $5,000 for you finding that property. One more time, go up. Okay, nothing else there. Let's close it out. So in the right-hand corner, close out. All right, so again, if you take a look here, right on the lower part of the app, there's some questions down there. There's some questions you guys are going to have to answer. So you're going to put your finger right in the middle, and I want you to just kind of go up. There's 3 questions you have to answer. How much is your fee? How much is your mail? How much is your WMAO? And I've gone through those formulas with you. So again, you need to write down the after repair value. You need to write down what the repairs are, because I'm getting ready to do something and it's going to cover this whole screen. After repair value $74,000, repairs needed $6,800. Okay? So you see the calculator on the left-hand side? I have it built into the software. So we're going to go in and we're going to put in the information just like we're buying this house from an owner. So the first question is, how much is your fee? So we're going to click the calculator. And again, you need to put the information in this calculator so that you learn how to make offers. You're sitting in the homeowner's house and you got the $74,000 ARV and the 68 repairs. So first of all, the thing I want to do, I want to figure out what my fee is. My fee is always $5,000, so I put that in. Then I'm going to hit off. Okay, when I hit off, okay, it asks me, do I want to use this as the calculation as the answer? I do. So look what happened. If you take a look here in this left-hand corner, you guys, I've given the right answer. I've gotten the green check mark. If I would have gave the wrong answer, guess what? It would have been red. And when you turn up the volume, this game you will hear the coach in there talking to you about your answers and what's happening in the game. So we got the first one right. Now I need to answer the second question is, how much is your mail? Now remember, mail is for the cash buyer. Don't confuse it. Okay, the cash buyer, what is their price, the maximum price they would buy the property for? So again, we touch the calculator, and so now I have to go in and do the math. My ARV is 74,000. I have to multiply that by 70% because that's the formula. And then I have to subtract the $6,800 for repairs. Now, once I do that, I get 45,000. That is the formula for the cash buyer. ARV times 70% minus repairs. Okay? So I'm going to hit off. That's the calculation I want to use. And look, I got it correct. Why? Because I used the right formula and I used the right math. That makes it correct. Okay? So let's go up to the last one more. And again, that's yours as a wholesaler. How much is the WMAO? So touch the calculator. We're going to go in and do the math. So it's 74,000. And we're going to multiply that by what, you guys? How much? 70%. That's absolutely correct. 70%. And then we're going to subtract the repairs. How much is the repairs? 6,800, so put that in. Now, you got to put in your flip fee in this calculation. So subtract 5,000 from this. back and do it again. 74,000 times 70%. Mine is 6,800. Now I got to subtract my wholesaling fee, which is again is $5,000. Now, when I click this, if I have the right answer, listen to what happens. Make sure I got my volume up. That's what I love about this game. I'm going to use that as my answer. Voila. Look at that. Now, look at the property that we just bought. You made the offer in. So what that meant is you're going to spend $40,000. Your offer to that owner is $40,000 on this property. We did it correct. You notice that the color is different now. Okay? So that means I've already got this house complete. Again, there's 11 blue houses in this game. So far, we've only did one. There's 10 more blue houses. But look up in the top corner. Okay? How much is in your bank account right now because you did this deal correctly? That's right, $5,000. Isn't that great? Okay, so it's going to keep track of the money you'll be able to make. So let me ask you a question. If there's 11 blue houses that you're going to flip as a wholesaler, how much money is going to end up in your bank account? You guys got to be fast with the math. I love numbers, you guys. I love real estate. There's probably no one that loves numbers more than I do, okay? Because I know it's important. If I would have been, if someone would have told me when I was younger that the reason I really want to learn math is so that I can be really good at real estate, so that I can make a lot of money, so that I can make myself a great living, I tell you what, in school, I would have been a straight A student. I would have graduated with honors and degrees. What is it, cum laude, whatever it is, as a scholar. I would be a scholar in math if I would have known that the reason why I was learning those numbers and those calculations is so I can make a great living, so that I can make money in real estate, so that I can have things, so that I can have a nice car, so that I can have a nice house, so that I can go on vacation, so that I can pay for my kids' college education, so I can buy houses, so that I could, have money in my bank account, so I can buy things that I like, so I can help people, so I can make donations, so I can, give to churches, give to charities. That's why I like real estate. Okay? Real estate is an equal opportunity wealth builder. It don't care. Okay? It's a green business. It's not about a color of your skin or whether you're male, female, it doesn't matter. I like real estate. If you're good with numbers, you like what you do, you can make money in real estate because there's deals out there. Money's in the real estate, you guys, okay? Good thing of it is also, anybody can do it. I only have a high school graduate. I only graduated from high school. Okay? I've got nothing special that you guys don't have. But what I did have is a passion for real estate because I seen the infomercials on TV. They showed how the people that were doing real estate were living a good life. I looked around at the people I knew and I'm like, wow, they're not living like that. Okay? So I wanted that. I wanted that lifestyle. I didn't want to work at a job. Now, nothing wrong with a job, you guys. Don't get me wrong. I didn't want to work for someone and be told when to come in, how much money to make. Okay? I'm an entrepreneur. I like to make as much money as I can. I like to sleep in if I want. I like to go on vacation. It's my schedule. That's why I love real estate. Okay? I'm passionate about it. I love teaching real estate. So now what I want you guys to do is go in, and I want you, at your own pace, to practice buying, selling houses in my app. So are there any questions?